All right, so what you just heard is a really fun and effective way to improve your hybrid picking, and specifically hybrid picking between the downstroke here and the M finger. So if you're new to hybrid picking, this might be a bit advanced, but not really, because it's quite uh, straightforward what you need to do with the hybrid picking finger. So I'm going to show you what you can do if you're new to this. And basically, I'm just going to show you the actual thing here. And if you want the tabs, you have it available, as you can see on the screen right now. So you can grab the tab for free, link to the practice room. And the practice room is my community. And if you're watching this in the community, hello. So grab the tabs over there, and yeah, we can take it from there. But this finger in the notation is called M. And that comes from the classical guitar notations. You have P, I, M, A, C. But since we're using the pick, we hold the pick with the thumb and index finger, most of us. And especially if we want to do any kind of hybrid picking in an effective manner, we're only going to use MAC, so Mac, right? But for this one, we're only going to be using the M finger. So if you see an M above the tab, now you know what it is. All right, so what I'm playing here is just, to me, it sounds a bit like octaves on in a classical piano piece, right? So what I'm doing here, I'm in C minor, and I'm gonna start on the 5th here. So if I remove the octaves, it's gonna sound like this. Then I repeat that 1 octave lower. So that's it, right? But I add the octave here, and that's where this finger comes in, because doing it would be very, it can absolutely be done, but not to the same tempo, and especially not as easily as you can do with hybrid picking once you get into it. So that's why the big selling point for hybrid picking for me is that you can do things more reliably and with more control, and also then at a higher speed if you want. So basically what you want to do here is that I'm using this in the 1st and 4th finger for the octaves here, because it fits nicely within a 4-fret position. So you go, and what I'm playing here in terms of the scale, I'm playing the 5th, the flat 6, the 5th, flat 5. So this is sort of like a passing tone. But it gives you that character of this, the whole lick, or whatever you want to call it. So, and another thing, I'm not doing that. You can absolutely do that. That's a cool variation. But I found this sounds a bit more unique when you let the octaves ring, right? So, whoops. Then you repeat that. And you have the tabs, so you can just check that out. And then at the end here, I ended on this one, so I didn't add this one. But that's up to you. So work on this very slowly, especially if you're new to the hybrid picking. You want to make sure that you don't never strike the string from the air. So you want to work on the rest strokes here, or planting. No, not rest strokes, sorry, planting, where you prepare the finger before you strike it. So if you do this 1st octave, this is kind of the sound you want when you first start working on it. So because I'm preparing I prepare the downstroke, and just preparing just means that I'm actually on the string here, on the G string. And then when I play the G string, I immediately, not after, not before, exactly the moment that I strike the string, I prepare my the middle finger, the M finger here. And then the same thing, once I play that, I prepare the pick again. So when you do that correctly, you will have a minimal overlap. So if it sounds like this, you're not doing it correctly when you do it slowly, okay? So and you want to practice this with transition time, so maybe 1 note per second. Right? And if that feels comfortable, and this might be something, especially if you're new, I had to do this for quite a while. I would sit there like 5 minutes at a time doing similar things like this, just to make sure that I get the arc of the finger correct. And what I mean by that is that the whole not striking from there, because it's impossible to get that clean, especially when you try to hit strings, you know, that's sort of inside the other guitar strings, if that makes sense, right? So you might get away with flicking the finger like this when you do the high E string, but the B string, forget about it. So, whoops. So make sure that when you do this, that you try to get the octaves to ring if you want it to sound the way that I just did it now. So even at that speed, I'll still do that planting thing. And when you do it faster and faster, you can be like, well, oh, you're actually planting, because as soon as you hit the string, you strike it. But the point is that you teach your finger to go very accurately to the string you're trying to get to, and this is the absolute best way to do this. And this is not something I came up with. This is from classical guitar, and you know they know what they're doing. Even though you might, well, they don't do hybrid picking, no, but they do finger picking. So it's the same idea. You need to use this planting technique. It's a staple of classical guitar. Anyway. And I just think it sounds cool, and it can really help your hybrid picking, and it's something nice to listen to as you practice as well. To get the octaves here to, especially the string changes, it can be a good idea to just practice that. So you can get rid of the string noise. Once you get used to doing it just like this, you can start dividing this lick into a smaller sections at first. So I would advise you do this. The next section I would do after that would be, we came from here. Now I would do because we want to get the connection from here to here, right? And then finally you can do from this one, basically the same thing we did up here, but 1 octave lower. So, you know, use your timer, 5 minutes for each one, and really focus on accuracy. And I think you'll find after a while that it starts to, you know, sort of plays itself after a while. So give that a try. And if you really you get bitten by this hybrid picking bug, you have the hybrid picking deep dive in the classroom inside the community, so you can check that out. And if you do that, you can also get some help from me if you get stuck. So yeah, have fun with this one, and see you in the next one.